Okay, so Joshua Ziminski, if you don't know the name, he's the one that fired the initial shot in the Kenosha shootings. Kyle evidently heard that shot, turned around to face a threat, and saw Joseph Rosenbaum right on him. And he shot Joseph Rosenbaum. I don't want to get into the details of what happened there, but I do want to take a look at Joshua Ziminski's record and some surprising stuff that just came out. And one of the things you can do is go to the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access, and I'll put a link to the database, and you can look up all of the stuff that Joshua Ziminski's been involved in as far as the police goes and other court matters, for example, some civil suits, since he was 17 years old. And a lot of it is rather interesting, and new details have come out that are going to make things really spicy here. Hello out there. I'm trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dredd to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dredd Show.
Okay, so let's take a look at Joshua Ziminski's record, and it's long. It takes up about 3 pages of the database, and I tried to count each type of instance that he had, each criminal charge, and how many times he's done it. It's just too much work. He's been in a lot of trouble. There are a number of things that come up right away. He was charged and convicted of battery along with domestic abuse, so that typically is a wife beating. And then when he was 17, he was charged with a felony for essentially strong-arm robbery, but it looks like he plea bargained down to disorderly conduct. So he doesn't have any felony convictions on his record that I can find. Now, let's take a look at what happened most recently. Remember, now in October, he was arrested for essentially firing the gun up in the air. And is there any doubt about his guilt in that? No, there's video evidence, there's plenty of eyewitnesses. There's little doubt that he did that. But let's take a look at what he's being charged with now. So we'll go ahead, we'll scroll down here. Here it is, we're going to click on that. And we end up at these case details. And if we scroll down, we'll see that he's being charged with disorderly conduct and use of a dangerous weapon. The 939.631A is a misdemeanor. I looked it up. It could be a felony, but not that particular statute. That is a misdemeanor. And judging by his past sentencing, he's probably looking at a few days in jail and probably maybe $1,000, $2,000 fine. I don't know. They have not been exactly harsh on Joshua Ziminski. So if we scroll down, use of a dangerous weapon, and let's take a look at, I'm going to take a look. We're going to see the history here. And a rather interesting thing comes up. Here is this latest court deal, and guess what? January 13th, 2021. Today. Look what it says here. Assistant District Attorney Binger, I don't know, reports the state will be moving to dismiss this case. Okay, so that is the use of a dangerous weapon. New felony charges are forthcoming. There'll be a free, it's pretrial. I'm sure PT stands for pretrial. I don't know what the F stands for. Maybe if you know, you can let me know. It's set for January 26, 2021. So are we going to have a bombshell on that date? Are we going to find out what these new felony charges are? And how did they come about? Who's talking? Interesting. One more thing before I leave here. He's had numerous charges for disorderly conduct. He's belligerent. I mean, he's just simply always getting in trouble, and it looks like he has real temper problems. And the other one is he seems to be driving without a license, or driving while his license is revoked, and driving without insurance constantly. I lost count of the number of times he's been pulled over and ticketed for that. And usually it looks like they're charging him a fine. Even the very recent ones where this is like 7 or 8 times he's been labeled a habitual offender. And they basically slap him on the wrist every time. So there is no compulsion for him to obey the law. I kind of wonder with these typical charges, you have driving without a license and driving without insurance. I wonder if he's a sovereign citizen. And I'm wondering if he's driving without a license and insurance because he doesn't think that the laws apply to him. If you're not familiar with sovereign citizens, by all means, go on YouTube and type it in. They are a crazy bunch. And that would explain a lot. If he is a sovereign citizen, the defense is going to have a field day with this dude. When they put him on the stand and they start asking him about his belief systems about law and order, because remember, as a witness to a scene, his credibility is on the line, and therefore the defense is going to be given a lot of leeway to ask him questions about his past criminal background. And when they do, and if he's a sovereign citizen, he is going to blow people's mind about how wild and wacky his belief system is, and the jury is going to take note of that. So we'll see. Like my video, subscribe to my channel. I got a lot more coming.